Accident. I don't want that. Let's get rid of that.
Oh,
Let's start the podcast.
your
What?
volume just shot up for some reason.
Is it fine now?
It's better.
All right. I think it's going to say open Photoshop. I made the mistake. Oh, we're doing the podcast. We're live. Welcome to LIW Anthology Series 3, episode 116, Perversions of Science 104, The Exile in Phoenix West.
Dickhead.
Welcome. Sorry. I'm Phoenix. Egon Spengler West.
Oh, very good, very
the
good.
thing?
I was worried that we'd lose that motif of the
Yeah.
Ghostbusters patch for this Halloween weekend.
Haven't done it since last week.
Wow.
Hell no. Our crazy,
Halloween.
wacky, wild,
ghouls and
Ghostbusters
goblins.
stuff. Which, if you look over here, even right here, I have how do I find it? Oh my God! Why can't I?
You know, it's funny though. I was re-listening to the podcast last time with those inflatable air things in your background. I can't hear them on this end, but when I listened to the podcast, it was like
I told you,
it's loud. Holy shit!
Should I unplug them? Should I unplug them?
Maybe. I don't know.
I can.
It's a nice background noise.
It is. I told you.
You watch
the mic right here.
Yeah, it's a nice ambient noise. It's like you're on the Enterprise.
Okay.
We'll do that space. Then. You're in that spaceship with Jeffrey Combs, and he's a murderer.
Yes, this is my first encounter. I remember the intro, and I probably have seen this show, but the intro is the only thing that stuck in my brain. But I don't remember anything about this show. It's by the same creators as Tales from the Crypt, which is why it was originally part of LIW Tales from the Crypt Review back when that show was called that. This show was called that, I should say.
Well, I remember the commercials for it, like on HBO, the trailers or the previews. Tonight on Perversions of Science, and that's all I remember. I never watched one episode ever in my life, and good reason. It's not very good.
It wasn't terrible though.
It's not terrible.
It was fine.
It's fine.
They spent way more money on the intro than they did on anything. Oh, probably all the episodes included.
You mean that PS1 cutscene at the beginning of the show?
It worked better than anything we saw. Because
Ron Perlman,
they had actors that are not, I wouldn't say legitimate actors. I'll say they're known actors.
They're character actors.
But they'll do anything.
Yeah.
Those two guys will do anything.
Yeah.
But you know who they are.
But this was
back in main character.
Jeffrey Jones. I wish.
He'll do any 8-year-old you got.
David Warner.
It's
because this was the show that
Janet Tracy Keister as Nude Girl.
What?
She's the titty girl in the beginning.
What about the guy that said "put it in me" and then Jeffrey Combs goes, "I'll put it in you. I'll stick it in you." That
was one of two people.
What?
Greg Olsen as Lupita or Jae-Woo Lee as Cooper Smith. I don't know what that person's name was.
Oh my holy God.
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I'm just saying I've never seen this show ever. I remember it back in the day, but I never watched it. And it's one of those shows that nobody seems to care about because it's never been released on any format ever. I don't even think it's been released on video cassette, let alone DVD, Blu-ray.
You know what's weird is I looked it up and I expect HBO Max to have HBO's category, their library, I should say.
It was on there.
They don't have most of HBO stuff on there.
No, but they did have Perversions of Science for a time because they did see it on there, but they must have taken it off back when they had Inside Number 9, because Inside Number 9's not on there anymore either.
Yeah, go on. So Tales from the Crypt isn't even on there. You can't find Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I think
they own it.
Well, I think what happened was there's the streaming networks have specific ownership on specific properties, and Tales from the Crypt might be owned technically by Warner Brothers or some other company that won't show them on HBO Max because they don't have a deal with them. I'm sure there's tons of different shows. Just because they're on HBO doesn't mean they necessarily are owned by HBO.
I'm looking. It says 3 seasons on Tubi.
3 seasons.
Seasons you can rent on Vudu.
There's only,
So
this is only-
Walmart's got it, but not HBO.
huh?
It's just
Weird.
bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird.
You think they'd have the show on there, like a reference to it, and go, "Hey, check it out over here."
Right.
But no, you can't even, like, you search for Tales of the Crypt. It's like, dude, no idea what you want. I don't even know what that is. Like, it's in denial about airing that for 7 seasons.
Well, YouTube has Tales from the Crypt. You can look them up through there because I watched a lot of Tales from the Crypt on YouTube, but you know,
you don't know if those are legit or not most of the time.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, oh wait, is this a?
That's how I got a lot of the shows for LIW Anthology series review. But anyway, let's get into this because I don't want to spend much time on this.
No, please no.
Jeffrey Combs starts off. He's like a creepy titty monster, and he turns women into something. I don't know what his goal is. It reminds me of several things. Virtuosity was the biggest one.
Yes.
Saw was the next one. It reminded me of one of those sequences where they're chasing through the hallways and they're going into the warehouse and the cops. And then it reminded me of Demolition Man as well. Once they started interrogating him and talking about rehabilitating him, got a lot of Demolition Man there. But none of it was as good as any of those movies that I mentioned. Jeffrey Combs is in it. Jeffrey Combs is consistent. He's always going to overact the way you want him to. Him and Bruce Campbell are the same. They're going to do the same thing, and they're both great.
I think Jeffrey Combs is a better actor than Bruce Campbell, though.
Probably, but the point is, you never like, wow, he's so good. You're like,
I've seen Jeffrey Combs in some things where I'm like, oh shit, Jeffrey Combs is a hell of an actor. Oh yeah, no, he was good in that, and he's in a few things that you'd be like, oh my god, he's pretty damn good. Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. That's all I'm saying.
I like Jeffrey Combs. Don't get me wrong.
I like How dare you besmirch Jeffrey JC?
Yeah, I love him in The Frighteners.
Yeah, he's great in that too. Yeah,
my body is a roadmap of pain.
That's right. Forgot about that.
I mentioned it during our when we were watching it. I'm like, you're violating my territorial bubble.
That's right. Oh, now it's all coming back to me. All the Frighteners scenes.
He's great in The Frighteners.
That's hilarious.
He's such a weirdo in that movie.
I need to rewatch that one, but the CGI is so bad.
Oh,
it was that period. It's so cheesy. It's like they were getting there. They were getting there, but they weren't there yet. It was like you needed to do this to get out of your system so you could go prep Lord of the Rings and fix the CGI problems.
And it's crazy because it's only like 5 years before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It was like 96 to 2001.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I love The Frighteners. I watched The Frighteners 10,000 times before I watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Frighteners is fun. I like Frighteners a lot.
It's a fun movie. Yeah. Jake Busey steals that movie, though.
Yeah.
It's too more than Bundy.
Whatever happened to him? He's not in anything anymore. You never see Jake Busey in anything.
Every once in a while, he was on the. We are so sidetracked already, but he was on the From Dusk Till Dawn TV show.
Okay.
And it was something.
I know he was in The Hitcher 2. There's a direct-to-sequel Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell.
Direct-to-sequel?
Direct-to-sequel. Direct-to-video sequel.
What that means. Yeah.
It's a sequel that nobody asked for, and yet here we are.
They should call it that because it's just like, oh, we'll make a sequel. Throw it somewhere. Stir of Echoes.
It's direct. Yeah, right.
Throw it. The first movie, they didn't make a lot in theaters, but we sold a lot. We rented a lot of copies.
Right. Yeah, that was the
direct-to-sequel.
That's exactly what it was in the old days because you had video stores. You could make a movie for $4 million and be like, it's a sequel to the property that we own. And that sequel is going to get us like $50 million because a lot of people are going to rent the movie. It's going to get on cable. Cable will pay us. You could make so much money back in the day on movies. Now you can't. It's all done now. I think streaming really destroyed the revenue for Hollywood. It's kind of amazing. They're not going to make the movie. They're not going to make the money they used to make anymore. It's all done. That time's over. Unless physical media makes a comeback.
I hope it does.
I love physical media. I still, if I like a movie, I'll buy it. I don't care.
Directly behind you.
Exactly.
All physical media. That's going to collapse on you and kill you.
Ah!
There's something behind you. Wah!
Hey, we were wrong in this episode, though. By the way,
No, we were not. We were right on the money. It was okay. So basically, Jeffrey Combs' killer. David Warner is his rehabilitation specialist.
yes.
And he's basically trying to rehabilitate him. And he's beyond reproach. He wants to kill. All he wants to do is kill. He doesn't talk about anything about Jews, though. So that was a bit weird. He's just killing women
hold
more
on.
than anything.
That needs a little bit of understanding, because that does make sense what he just said. It wasn't completely out of nowhere where he's talking about Jews, Dick.
No.
It goes somewhere, but we'll get to that. I
In
just
this
want to
episode.
put a little pin in that and just say that wasn't just random anti-Semitism or anything.
No, it's very much a big part of what this episode is. It's
Eventually,
kind of ridiculous. Well, how far? We got like 2 more minutes to go before we get to it.
Yeah.
All that happens is Ron Perlman's put in his cell to make him like rehabilitate him, so that he kills Ron Perlman, and then they're just like, well, we can't do anything with him. So the judge with fake arms, fake human arms, basically exiles him, and you find out he's on a spaceship, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
From
Dark City ending.
It's a Dark City ending before Dark City.
No.
97.
Yeah.
Dark City was 98.
Yeah.
Aha! Aha!
Okay. Yeah. I forgot it was 97.
But again, it was the same time because they were shooting the movie right when they were shooting this episode, probably.
I'm sure Alex Proyas saw this and was like, all right, mate, I'll do that.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love it. It don't matter because Roger Ebert's going to love whatever I do. He loves everything I make. And now he's dead. Anyway. I have no one.
I have no one now. He's dead. But so Jeffrey Combs is exiled. He's got a mustache through the whole show. And then he gets like, he's getting shaved. And the shaver's like, wait, you want me to shave that? He goes, no, keep that. It's a little joke I have. I like my sense of humor, which
I love it down there.
I don't understand it. Like, how does that make any sense?
The second he goes, do you want me to shave this? He goes, no, leave it. I go, Hitler.
That was the giveaway.
He's gonna be fucking Hitler.
He's Hitler. And literally, he's Hitler. And that's what it is. And that makes no sense, but whatever. It's funny. Unless it's like that episode in Twilight Zone 87 or 85 when John F. Kennedy goes back in time.
That terrible episode.
That awful episode where he basically switches places with his relative, and he goes back in time in his place
and gets killed.
It made no sense, but whatever.
So JFK could go teach in the future.
All right. I wasn't that great of a president, so here I am being worshipped as a god. Where's some
banged
tail?
a lot of whores, killed
Where's
a lot
some
of women.
tail? I want some futuristic pussy. Where you at?
He's like, oh, teacher, I'm not a teacher unless I can teach you how to swallow this much cum.
Ha 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 ha. My brother killed a woman.
The family buried it.
And I'm the monster. Whatever.
I'm the bad guy. Go to hell. And if I ever see 13 Days with that Kevin Costner, I will kill you.
So anyway, he's Hitler.
We
did piece it together because you're like, oh, he goes to Earth. And I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. They're in a spaceship. That's when I heard shave that, not that. And I went,
and then immediately after that, it was, what year is it down there? In 1927. Okay, drop him down. But he goes, what? Could one man have damage on the world? Well, I don't think so. What damage could one man possibly do down there? And he was Hitler.
It needed to be a boy where he would have time on Earth, but he drops there when he's supposed to be starting taking over.
So
he ignores the fact that he was a failed artist and ignores like the timeline doesn't match. It doesn't make any sense.
Because I think Hitler was in World War One. He was a soldier, I think, and he went to prison because he was in prison when he wrote Mein Kampf, and then he became a hero to the people with Mein Kampf.
Well, it's fucking like 3 years or 4 years before.
No, longer than that. Yeah, I think he wasn't like a celebrity until after that, and he probably got about 10 years. Like I'm trying to think, like he took over. It didn't happen overnight. It was like a 10-year process. Like he was
around for a while.
27 is way too short of a time to.
Right? Yeah.
Like he
That's
had
why-
parents. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well,
Fucker
that's
had
why.
parents.
Well, that's why I was thinking: does he just go down there to replace somebody in history, and it just happens to be Hitler? Then that was the takeaway.
That's not what they were going for.
That's not what they were going for, though. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
No, because then they would go, yeah, he looks like that guy. So, fuck
I give it a
He looks
6.
flop.
I give it a 6.
Honestly, same.
That's a 6. It was fine.
It has
The
a
ending was fun.
6.4 in IMDb.
Yeah,
We didn't talk about Ron Perlman. I did mention that he looks like he's in his 60s here.
he's barely in it. He's in it for
He's
like 2
47
minutes.
years old in this episode.
Wow.
He's Deceptiville. He's 72 now.
I'm 72. What's going on?
I did say 73 on the when we were
Yeah.
recording. So
You're
I was
not
close.
wrong.
Yeah.
He could have had his birthday.
Yeah, it's he turned 73 in April. So
They all lie about their age too, so he could be 2 years older.
Yeah.
You never know.
But he's barely in the fucking episode. He's fine.
Barely
He's
in it.
good.
Yeah, he's fine.
And
Yeah,
he gets killed. We thought he was going to be in his head, so we were wrong about that.
yeah.
But I guess the main point is let's get to some beyond belief factor fiction. That's the main point of tonight. Is beyond belief factor fiction.
We're not stopping to have this.
We are. We're doing that next. I'm just setting it up for the next podcast because we're in
very
the live
good.
stream. We're doing that all in a row here.
Oh, okay.
That's why you got to check out the live streams.
Yeah. Stop being a fucking pussy and check us out. We'll rock your world. We'll knock your
Yeah.
top off.
None of that.
You'll send us.
We
You'll
can't
send
live up
us.
to anything you just said.
We'll send you back in time as Hitler.
We'll suck your cock up. Wait, what?
Stick it in you. I'll stick it in you.
But I will say this honestly, it was nice to see Jeffrey Combs and Ron Perlman and David Warner.
Rest in peace, David Warner. Yeah, good old David Warner, great character actor. We'll miss him forever.
I want to see if I can find this real quick.
I'll put it in you, that scene or that bit.
I found it.
I'll stick it in you. Play that for us.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, oh no, that's the most important one.
Okay, I'll play that in a second, but first I got to play this.
Yes. This is the ending. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, sure.
It's an 11-minute clip. Why?
Weird. Oh,
Hold on. Say something while I do this.
Say something while I do this. Oh, we're trying to get to the scene with Jeffrey Combs in For the Frighteners.
Oh, it's all of it's all of his sequence. It's all of his scenes in one
right here.
cut.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah.
My body is a roadmap of pain.
Well, there's an even better clip earlier when he goes, some lady gets too close to him, the investigator.
Right, yeah.
You're violating my territorial bubble. I've always loved that. I don't know why. Because Frighteners I watched when it came out, and I started watching, and I'm like, I fucking love this movie.
I need to buy that one. I need to finally take the plunge and buy it. I'll do that right now. Amazon, The Frighteners. It's I think
Territorial bubble. How do I find this?
My territorial bubble.
Because it's not the scene. Oh man.
What do you say? Oh, you can't find it?
Well, it's really hard because it's random. She walks up to him when he's like investigating, like looking into some paperwork, or I think he's getting. Oh, it's when the guy comes up. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think I found it then. I think it's when this character actor comes up to him.
He's reached the acceptance stage. Grappling with his guilt. Seeking resolution. You realize, Agent Dammers, we have no friends.
I swear it was a lady, though.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the lady. I'm going to skip this then.
It's a lady doll.
It's her. It's this girl.
Right.
He's like in the office looking at the coffee pot.
Right.
That's what he says. It's before all this, so it's not even on this video. Doesn't he look like Jim Carrey, though? And Me,
A
myself,
little
and
bit.
Irene or something.
Yeah, a little bit. He's unhinged for sure.
You know what? It's not worth playing. Point is, though, you know what clip is worth playing?
Yes.
I could find this.
Please.
It's before all this.
Please don't play the Last Jedi clip. Please, God, no.
No, I won't.
Oh,
I want to play this, though. Some nudity involved before Jared Leto.
Uh-oh.
He yells, "Stick it in this," or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he shows his butt.
Hey there, sailor.
Hi there. Tell me about your crimes, Linda. I'd love to stick it in.
See, that's what he looks like. Jim Carrey in number 23 right there. He's just Jim
There-
Carrey.
Yes, exactly. That's the one.
I wonder if I can pull a movie with Jeffrey Combs and then relate it to Jim Carrey role.
Oh,
It seems to be matching up.
Yeah, I think you could definitely.
So him and
do that.
Reanimator would be like, I don't know, Jim Carrey in one of his early roles.
Oh, would you say half bitten?
Not
or twice
Deadpool, but
bitten?
yeah. There you go. Once
That
bitten.
awful, Once Bitten, the awful movie
Once Bitten with
Laura Hutton.
Wilson.
An awful, terrible movie.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get out of here. Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Perversions of science.
I just want to get to Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. I'll be honest.
We need to get my score up.
I know.
I'm excited.
Come
Good
on,
day,
citizens.
Good night. Go to hell.
All right. Can you change the banner? The banner on the bottom and the background to the next episode while I save this.
Banner to the bottom. Banner on the bottom. And what else?
The background.
Background. Where's background again? Is it in the brand or?
It's under brand, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Scroll down and you'll see it under background. Backdrop. I forgot what it's labeled as, but that way I can start sharing this already. We've got to be like one of the fastest podcasts to release after a live show. Because as we're starting the next show, the last one is saving in going live.
Yeah. Is it 117?
Yes. There you go.
Right. There you go. Ready to go.
All right. 1 second and I'll be done. And then so those 2 LIW pluses we did with the reviews that we're watching live, those are already posted. And this one is halfway done posting, the one we just finished.
Wow.
I guarantee we're one of the fastest to release for no reason. Just because I want to do it now.
Nobody cares.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying.
We're so fast, we'll whip your cock in a shit.
Here's how fast it is. We're recording the podcast, and the last episode, 116, is... Hold on. Here it goes. Oh, it's posted. That episode is live. That's how fast we are here. We're a minute and a half away, 2 minutes away from that last one.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
All I have to say to that is...
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Right.
Did I not save that to perfection right there?
Very good. Very nicely done.
All right. I need to test the last episode. Is it fine? Jake Busey. Yeah, we didn't do that. Anyway, welcome to LIW Anthology Series Review, episode 117, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction 308. Dick, you're ahead by 5 points, 33 to 28.
I feel confident. I feel pretty good.
This is episode 308 of Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
I am the LeBron James of Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
I want to make fun of you, but you're ahead by 5 points, and we've only done 52 stories.
Exactly.
So, yeah. No, 50 stories. 50. All right, so let's get into this. We've
done 50?
Oh, all
50 times.
So 10 episodes.
10 episodes.
10 episodes, yeah, right.
Yeah, so this is our 11th time.
Wow.
Because we did 401, 104, 309, 412, 106, 211, 310, 409, 210. I lost track of where I am. 304, 308, 11. Yeah.
Well, isn't it a wonderful life?
We have one episode that separates us. It's the middle episode. So let's get into this, though.
Do it.
Let me start pulling up the actual episode so I can get the timing right here. Do you want to cover the first story then? Creepy Comics?
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot what it was.
Yeah.
So you have the principal. It stars the principal from Breakfast Club shows up to basically keep his medical insurance for his SAG contract, and he's berating an artist that works for him because he can't tell a scary story. Yeah, kind of. It's not that big of a deal.
Dick to him.
Yeah, he's just saying, "Look, man, you're not scaring me anymore. You used to scare me. Now you don't. You've lost your touch, man. Like, what happened to you, man?"
He's like, "I want some." And he goes, "I want some more. I can add some more blood to it." And he's like, "Any piece of shit can add blood."
Yeah, it used to be. He's like basically saying, "You used to be something great. Now you're not." You're in a funk. You gotta get out of this funk. And this artist, this British artist, takes it so badly that he fucking kills himself.
Here's what should have happened. I yelled. It seems like you yelled at your employee, and he therefore quits.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that I don't know why he called the police on this, but
unless he's a millennial and he goes to Twitter to talk about how awful his boss is.
I'm Peter Venkman this episode, by the way.
How toxic my boss
is for yelling at me for not being good enough at my work. I quiet quit. I'm going to quiet quit. Loser.
Quiet quit is when you just stop working.
Because that's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, this guy clearly did that a while ago.
Yes.
I wish he quietly threw himself off the bridge.
I wish he quietly cut his wrists and bled all over the place.
Yeah, that'd been fun to watch.
That'd been more fun.
All right, so sorry, continue.
Well, that's probably, and then the cops come, wake up the principal from Breakfast Club.
He has a name.
I can't remember his name, but he goes.
Paul Gleason.
Right, his real name. I was sure his real name. I never can remember his name.
I didn't know until I looked it up. So
Paul Gleason. Okay,
you're not alone.
I'll try.
We should know that. Between the two,
I know. That's the thing. He's like the one character actor I always forget his name. But Paul Gleason. Yeah, he's dead, but he's in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's great in this too.
He is good. He's good. Yeah. He's a good character actor.
Except when he's looking over his employee's dead body, going, "Oh no!"
Yeah, that was so. Yeah,
that was terrible.
The cops come, have him identify the body. He goes to the morgue, and he's like, "Oh man, whoa!" He was like, "Family, whoa, no, whoa!"
It's bad,
and it's like, well, I mean, at the same time, it's like he did like the guy, so it's like, why is he haunting this editor? Like, it's just like he wasn't that bad of a guy to have you come back from the dead to torture him. Because I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but flash backwards, he comes back from the morgue. There's a envelope on his. Okay, this is what really pissed me off about the episode. He picks up an envelope from the floor. It's obviously fucking filled with illustrations.
Yeah,
obviously. And Jonathan Frakes comes in with his abusive voiceover. He opens up a package of his artwork. It's like, what is this, for fucking blind people? Like, I know.
I keep flashing back to that VHS I accidentally rented for. Okay, so it was a VHS at the library, and it was Beverly Hills Cop. And I went, "Oh, love that movie. I'm going to check out this VHS." And I get it home, and I realize I look at the front, and it goes, "What is it? For the visually impaired?" And I go, "I can't imagine that applies." Axel Foley sticks the banana in the tailpipe of the car in front of him. It is not funny to the people that find the banana in the tailpipe. Like, that's what it was. It was insanity. I'm like,
yeah.
What is that? I lost my fucking mind. It was somebody describing in a bad microphone quality the movie that you're watching, which if you're blind, you can't see. And I'm like, why not? Why is this on VHS then? Make it an audio tape.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Why put this in on your TV? You have to turn the TV on to play this, to hear it. What is the advantage here?
They could sell that tape to a blind man and make more money off of it. That's what they did.
For $50,000? How is it worth hiring that actor to go, Axel Foley is snuck aboard the,
Well, according to you, the quality of it is really cheap. Yeah, exactly.
Axel Foley theme play. Like, they're not deaf. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Did you put the banana? You didn't find it funny putting the banana in the tailpipe.
But it's just
Come
funny
on,
because
brother.
that's how far I got into the VHS before I stopped it. Was Axel Foley sneaks around, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is funny, but no, done.
You know what's better than that? My buddies had the Hustler, Dear Hustler letters, but for the blind. So it was an audio book basically, but it was like the computer voice was so funny. Yes, the way it, because it was like an AI voice, so it didn't pronounce words properly. So it would say, "He came down on my pussy." It was like, what? It was so funny. It was so ridiculous. It was just like the dirtiest shit, but it was like not correctly pronunciated. So it was enunciated. So it was like, he would go down on my pussy, and
I
he
just want
ate
to
it
find a
so
clip
good.
of what I heard, but I can't.
Oh, you can probably find it, I'm sure. Visually impaired Axel Foley.
I looked
So-
it up. Nothing. Yes,
Oh my god. So okay, so you got Paul Gleason. He's looking at the artwork. It's from the dead artist. It basically going scene by scene what we just saw, and then it's like he sees, oh my god, he drew his own suicide. What a sicko!
Fuck.
And then like he goes, wait a minute, he's got a picture of me in the coroner's office. How did he know it would be there? Duh. And then next picture, he's sitting in a chair across from him, and he's like, it looks like he's got seaweed on him, and he's a drowned victim. And he goes, basically, hey, Paul Gleason, am I scaring you now? Are my drawings scary now? Ah! And then Paul Gleason goes, ah! He dies of a heart attack.
And then that's the episode. And it's a fact or fiction. I think we both said fiction.
We both said fiction.
Yeah, there's no way this is fact.
Because I was guessing what was going to happen. And so I was like, this is a writer's episode.
It's time to take a look back at our stories and find out which ones are inspired by actual events and which ones are works of fiction.
Tell me, Johnny.
Now let's look back at the story of the cartoonist who haunted his publisher and scared him to death.
I'm not seeing the video though.
Oh shit, sorry.
Share that video. I want to watch
No,
it.
the guy didn't do anything wrong. He was kind of a dick to his employee.
Yeah.
Like I said, worst case scenario, the guy quits. End of plot.
Right.
Fact or fiction?
Kip. What do you think, Kip? Scary enough for you? Are you scared yet, Kip?
Did you think this one was simply too far out to really have happened? Fooled you. We based this story on an actual occurrence that took place in the late 60s.
Fuck you. Fuck you. That's bullshit.
All right. So we're
Wow.
on one somehow.
Wow. That's horseshit.
All right. So I'll go next. Next was Louis the Dip.
Oh, God.
This one is what is that cartoon character where he's like, oh, I don't even like it's a dog.
Oh,
Remember?
Get
the mopey voice.
Yeah. Well, Droopy the dog.
Is it called Droopy the dog?
Droopy the dog.
It's the human equivalent of that character.
Yeah.
And he says like my uncle was the world renowned pickpocket. And then but first Jonathan Frakes does his free word rap section.
Yes, he does.
Petey the pirate picked a pack of and he does this whole thing. But it's a guy, and he goes to the same bar and robs the same people while talking about how he has 2 strikes, and the 3rd strike he goes to prison for life. But he keeps going to the same bar, the same like local dive bar.
Yeah.
And he overhears a guy going, I won $4 million on my lottery ticket. It's right here in my wallet. Yep. And so he's like, yeah, he's not going there. And he runs into him, grabs his wallet, goes home to his slam piece, who comes out in like a leopard skin.
And by the way, Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction continues the trend of bedrooms, not believing in bedrooms, because the bed is in the living room and the kitchen. That's all you see.
The bed is 7 feet away from the refrigerator.
with towels or blankets hanging off of
There's
it.
a blanket hanging on the side of the fridge and a towel, or no, a
So
rug
bizarre.
hanging on the wall.
So
The bed is
bizarre.
right there. But there's an open door, as if to say they have a bedroom there, but don't keep the bed in there.
Right, yeah.
It's a lot to take in, but at least we're not in the same set that we are in the next episode,
Yes.
because that's the same set from the previous time we did this show, episode 304, from
Right.
the email episode. Anyway, he puts the ticket in a little thing on top of the refrigerator, which is again 7 feet away from the bed. He sits in a chair and stares at their fridge all night, and his son piece comes out, and she's like, "Did you fall asleep down here? Why'd you do that? That's weird." He's like, "Yeah, I want to keep my eye on this ticket," and the ticket's gone. He can't find it.
Where's my ticket? Where you stole my ticket?
And I was like, "Well, she took it. She's gonna fuck him over." I'm thinking like a plot wise. No, he goes back to the bar to steal some lady's purse. and he's caught by
the same bar he always goes to.
Yes.
And he's not a very good thief.
He's terrible, but he
You
gets
don't
caught.
you don't shit where you live.
Unsurprisingly, he gets caught and arrested, and the ticket is in his wallet, which wasn't there before. And who cares? It was so stupid and boring that we both said fact.
Yes.
So let's find out if we were.
Well, now I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, let's find out if we were right.
How about the story of the pickpocket who lifted a lottery ticket? True or false?
Easy, take it easy.
We're police officers, you're under arrest for pickpocketing.
Oh, you are out of your mind.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Empty pockets and greasy some ideas.
If you guessed this one was totally made up, we got you. According to our research, this would happen to a pickpocket in New Jersey.
There you go. Told you. All right, we got one.
Hey.
Woo! Score.
All right, we got that one. So 1-1. Boom. All right, go ahead with The Wailing.
Wailing, we got a famous writer who just bought a house with his wife, and they can't sleep at night because they keep hearing wailing. And it's an old house where a gangster got shot in his living room in like the 30s. A bootlegger got shot in his living room in the 30s, and then the writer's like, "Well, whatever, honey. I'm gonna go to work, and you go to your work, and I'll be typing my book, whatever it is." So he's typing his book, and he hears the wailing again. And he goes to the bookcase, and he finds a latch. He goes behind a fake door into a subterranean secret room with no oxygen. And it closes. He finds a little girl in there. Goes, "Oh, little girl, we're gonna save you." Flash forward. The wife's home. She calls the cops, saying, "My husband is missing. He left. I don't know where he is. He's missing." Well, it's been 24 hours, and all of a sudden they hear like a whimpering from the wall. She goes, "What's that? Come over here." And they open it up, and there comes the husband, falls out of the room, and he goes, "There's a little girl." He was passed out. "I passed out. There's a little girl in there. Little girl, we gotta save her." And they go into the room, and the little dead girl's in the corner, skeleton in an awkward sitting position, which I don't think she could manage if she was alive, but sure, why not?
No, she starved to death and sat there, apparently.
She sat there just being like,
just accepted it.
"This is bullshit. Man, I'm gonna haunt this place." Man.
I really wanted the ending with Stephen Lang from what's it called, where he plays a blind guy.
Oh, I finally watched that. Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe.
Yeah,
Love
I saw
that
that.
movie.
I finally saw it. It
Fucking
took me
love
years to watch it. Did you ever watch the sequel? Because the sequel makes no sense to
All
me.
right, don't spoil it because I'm gonna watch it. It's on my list.
No,
Just
it makes no sense to me because they make him a good guy. It's like he's a bad guy.
He has a turkey baster full of jizz.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy in the sequel.
But that's
It's
what
like,
I wanted in
what?
this episode, where he has a dungeon there and he didn't tell his wife, and she finds it out this way.
Yeah.
But I called it during this episode. I go, whatever it is has to save them, and that's the mystery. It's always the same fucking thing in these episodes. It's blah blah blah, spooky. Oh no, it saved us. Thank you, spooky. Every single episode, unless it's the bad guy, in which case it's it caught me. Oh, it finally gave me my comeuppance, like Eddie. What's his name from American Pie? And that. That was a Twilight episode.
That was fiction.
That was a Twilight episode.
Close,
Okay,
though.
so the point is, you get those comeuppance episodes as well, but
Yeah.
95% of them are the spooky ended up saving me.
Spooky.
What do we vote on this?
I think.
This is our separation.
Oh, okay.
You voted fact.
Yes,
I voted fiction.
All right, let's find out.
This is exciting.
This is the only one we're different on.
What did you think about the story of the mystery writer who became a part of a real-life mystery? Was it true or false?
Maybe we should stay in a hotel. I just
She's
can't
out
stand
of
the
this
thought
so
another
quick.
sleepless night.
You still think it's the wind, Brenda?
Frank, this house is
Why is
not
she
haunted.
wearing a pajama
The
top?
story was too strange to be true. Well, research tells us that a similar story happened in the Midwest in the early 80s.
Yeah! LeBron James!
I hate this show. This is my idea. All right.
It's an awful show.
All right. The landlady was.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
I had high hopes for this one, but it was such a disappointment.
It was.
I wanted the old tenement building in New York City and the creepy like Gary Busey and the hider in the house, like sleeping on the walls. And instead it was old lady with her dog, and I think she has her thumb in the dog's ass, and she walks outside, and the nothingness throws over her pots of little dead plants, and she drops her bat and runs back inside, calls the cops. The bitchy ass neighbor comes over, and she's like, I know I'm a bitch, but this neighbor's an even bigger bitch. She kicked out the tenant that lived here, and now he's after her because he died in the streets. And it's like, maybe she had a reason for that. What did this lady do wrong? You have a right to kick someone out if you don't like the way they're doing shit in your house.
Yeah.
Why is this episode full of people being tortured for no reason? And then the cops leave, and we had a whole discussion there about how I wish the cops would be like, all right, you guys got to settle this by taking a shower together.
I'm gonna watch you guys kiss
and make up.
I'm in a mature programming, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you
You're
guys
both in your mid-60s. I want to watch this.
Yeah. They keep calling each other old, those two ladies, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the main character lady is old. The other one's like on her way to being there, but
she's like 47.
Clearly a decade or two younger than her.
Right. She's a
the old lady's like, that old bag. I'm like,
she's a 1999 47.
Yeah. Like she's what's his name? Fuck, I forgot. I blanked on that. Ron Perlman in Perversions of Science. She's that age. She's not old. Anyway, later on in the episode, she comes out at night and she sees like
footsteps, invisible footsteps.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon from Hollow Man, rapist footsteps. And
Oh no! Don't come and suck my nipple, Kevin Bacon. No.
Jonathan Frakes comes on. He's like, she moved 5 times in 3 years, and the footsteps followed. And we're like,
that's what. Yeah, that's
where
horseshit. Yeah, I wanted to see that. I don't want Jonathan Frakes telling me that.
It didn't go anywhere. So therefore, we both said fact because it didn't go anywhere. So
right, yeah.
But the tale of the footprints that haunted the unfeeling landlady, real or hoax?
Come out of there and show yourself, you coward! I'm ready for you!
I think this story really happened. Not this time. We were tracking lies through the mud. It's false.
Wow. It's all right.
We're not doing so well.
No, we're not on this episode.
Oh, okay. So Curse is yours. This will take you 5 seconds.
What was this one again? I just blanked on it.
The Craft.
Oh, that's right. So you had a bitchy teenager who goes to see a shrink, and she says, I'm a Wiccan, I'm a witch, I'm bad. I'm going to curse you to prove that I'm a witch. And the psychiatrist lady is like, no, that's not true. You're just being silly. I'm going to prove that I'm a witch. I curse you. And then
He's
like,
officially halfway through this episode.
Yes. And she goes back the next day to see to see the therapist. She's all disheveled, and she looks like she hasn't slept in days. And she's like, you have to remove this curse. I haven't slept in days. And the fire, my husband killed himself. The cat got ran over by a truck. My baby jumped out a window, and I have nothing.
please release the curse. And she's
Right,
like,
tears of heaven.
No,
Ugh.
no, I'm not going to release it. You're a bitch. I'm just being a witch. No, I'm going to the coven tonight to be christened as a witch.
And so she goes to the coven. They have a big parade around her, dance around her. Thought there was going to be some lesbian stuff, but no, it's a G-rated show. And then she goes up to the Master
Thanks,
Witch.
Fox.
She goes up to the Master Witch and she puts a hex on her and she goes, "What is this? What is this?" And then the mask is, the lady takes the mask off. It's the therapist, but she's a good witch. And she's been inducted in a good witch coven, so she can't be bad.
And then it cuts the voice over her going, I now became what my parents wanted, a decent human being.
I became a Mormon.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Fucking
Fuck
bitch.
this episode. All right. We both said fiction, though, because
Yes, we did.
we just assumed they ripped off the craft.
And here we go. It's probably wrong.
What was your opinion of the teenage girl who was tricked into dropping her evil ways?
I'm a witch. Why can't my parents just live with that?
That's kind of a tough pill for most parents to swallow, don't you think?
Did you think this tale of witchcraft was nothing but smoke? Our research tells us it happened in New England around the
What?
Fact.
Fuck you.
So, what is it
Man.
that separates fact from fiction?
Apparently, a lot.
We
Why do
really
things
got
happen to all of us that have no
Here's the
logical
outro.
explanation? The more we seek an answer, the more we realize that the only true explanations are beyond belief. I'm Jonathan
Frakes.
The stories entitled Louis the Dip, The Wailing, and Curse are true based upon research conducted by author Robert Tralins. For Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, this is Don LaFontaine.
Dick
Wow.
Clark with his clearly penis and balls logo.
That's my cock.
I put the dick in Dick Clark.
That's right, baby.
Wow. You had two right. I had one right. This is the worst
Wow.
outing we've had
Yeah, that's rough.
collectively.
I gotta give him credit. That was a tough one. I'm kind of shocked. That
Kudos.
was
Yeah.
very
That was
good.
terrible.
Good play beyond belief from 20 years ago. The
22 years ago. This is
22?
from July 14th of 2000.
Oh my god.
22 and a half years ago.
That's insane.
Almost.
That's insane.
You know what I just found out? I was looking up the principal. I already forgot his name. From
Paul Gleason.
Paul Gleason.
I will remember that
He was
forever
on
now.
a show from 2003 to 2004 that apparently existed with Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry.
Oh, that's right. Was it Dutch?
No, it's called Dragnet, but Dutch is
Oh,
what
that's
stuck on
right.
my mind. Is
Yes.
This is 2003 2004, not 1990. Like Dutch
Yeah.
was. They're both
They
on. I had no idea they teamed back up as adults.
I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah, the Dragnet. They
Dick
tried to
Wolf.
remake it. Yeah. And I think it wasn't a bad show. I don't think.
It's just that nobody wanted Dragnet again. I think it was just like,
It's got 7.1.
yeah, that's funny. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I
Wow.
didn't realize that existed. And here I am
Wow.
looking at it. Ed O'Neill, Ethan Embry,
It's
teaming
probably-
back up. Eva Longoria's in a big chunk of it.
Wow. It's probably good.
Yeah, I'm curious because I like Ethan Embry a lot. Yeah. Here's a still frame from it here. Let's show this.
Ed O'Neill is Joe Friday.
He is.
And I bet you he doesn't smoke at all in this episode, in those shows.
Ethan Embry's only in the first season.
Really?
Yes, he appears to have left after the first season because he's only
Oh,
in 12 episodes. Ed O'Neill's in 22.
Oh, wow.
But let's see. Yeah,
Huh.
so he's just in season 1. Ed
That's
O'Neill's,
weird.
and they have a new feature here. I didn't realize they had this.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
pretty
Joe
cool.
Friday and Embry is Frank Smith.
What's the trivia on this, if there's any, or I'm just curious?
The badge is back. The Dutch factor. Oh, it's 91 for Dutch. I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah, still, Jesus.
Ethan Embry had to temporarily bow out of the filming for a few episodes due to a sports injury. His character was said away to be caring for his ailing father.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't care to read this.
The
This is boring.
show is canceled from lack of interest.
Yeah, just I never even heard of that.
That's funny. I forgot about that show. There's so many fucking TV shows that came and went in the last 20 years. Like, there's so many.
Question is, what do we rate this episode of Beyond Belief that fooled us so badly?
Oh, I give it a 7.
You're gonna give it a 7.
No,
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 5 because of that fucking idiot Leo the Pump. I hate that guy.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 5 because of Curse.
And Curse. There you go. Yeah. Give it a. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that.
All right. Yeah, let's get out of here. So
that was a true story. Bunch of
our
bullshit.
next episodes aren't until it's a month from now. We're doing this like once a month kind of thing for some reason. Inside number 9, 204, Cold Comfort. And then I'm excited for this one. Episode 119, Freddy's Nightmares. 203, Welcome to Springwood.
Oh no.
It's our first time doing that show.
Oh no.
But on
I can't say bitch on TV.
They can.
No, not then. Not in the
December
80s.
16th, we are doing Inside number 9, 305, Diddle Diddle Dumpling, and Beyond Belief 101, the first episode. So, you got to give it. That's a Brolin episode.
Fuck, I bring Brolin back. All right. That's fine.
But that's it for the rest of 2022. We'll see you after that in 2023.
Wow. Crazy.
Dun, 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 35 to 29 is the new rankings.
Wow.
Yeah. I suck at this show. I suddenly started. I got way too in my own head here about the show.
I'm the Tom Brady of Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, and I just divorced my wife Giselle
today. Finalized today.
Which I hate that bit. I don't care either way. They're both assholes.
Yeah. Let's get out of here with every MRI ever.
Yes.
It won't play. Never mind. I don't have that.
Good. Good night, everybody. Fuck you. Fuck you, everybody. Good night.
That's how our other show ends, not this.
I know.
Shit. Oh, here.
I have a sunflower on my ass if you're interested.